Welcome back to the Centennial Wireless pregame show. I'm Jake Lemon, joined by Homestead head coach Chris Johnson. And coach, first off, last weekend your team played without its two leading scorers, but were able to knock off the Manchester Squires 55-43. Take us back to that game and give us your impressions on how your defense performed throughout that game and how some Spartans were able to step up off the bench.
Well, I thought our kids really played hard and played well, especially the second and third quarters. They came out and put the pressure on Manchester defensively. We got some easy buckets, and then it just steamrolled from there. Basically, after the third quarter, we're up by 24. We didn't maintain that intensity, which was disappointing, but again, for two quarters, I thought we looked pretty good. Very proud of the kids that came in, did the things we asked them to do. They played team basketball and team defense, and that got us our victory.
Coach, your team is now 5-0 and looking pretty impressive so far this season. But as a coach, what do you think your team still needs to work on to improve throughout the rest of the year?
Well, again, we're going to have to do a better job on the boards. We've got to keep them off the boards and keep teams from having second and third opportunities. So that is a concern because basically we're either being close to out-rebounded every game or out-rebounded, and that's something that we have to really concentrate on and work on. And then offensively, just making sure that we make the extra pass, that we don't feel like a certain person has to score a certain amount of points. If they are having a bad night, we have other people to step up, and that's what we try to stress with this particular offense.
Well, Coach, tonight for the first time since the second game, you'll have all of your team available to play. The confidence of the team's got to be pretty high as we head into the NHC season.
Well, we're looking forward to it. It's been a tough week because of the weather. We only practiced a half an hour on Wednesday, and then yesterday we didn't practice at all due to the bad weather. So, hopefully our legs are going to be fresh. I mean, all the kids are saying they're ready to go, so we'll see how it goes tonight versus the Carroll Chargers.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, tonight kicks off the NHC season. Every year, a conference championship is a goal of your team. In years past, the NHC has been a powerhouse conference. How strong do you think it'll be this year?
Well, our conference is a very tough conference. Over the past 3-4 years, we've always had a team in the conference that's either been in the semi-state or the state championship game with Belmont, DeKalb, Columbia City, Carroll a few years back. So our conference is an extremely tough conference, a very well-coached conference with coaches that preach defense and team unity and offense. And, a lot of them slow it down. So that's always, a little bit difficult situation because you never know what they're going to throw at you. So, we're looking forward to the challenge tonight, and hopefully good things will happen if we do the things we're supposed to do.
All right, Coach, speaking of the Carroll Chargers, that will be your opponent for tonight's game. They seem to be a little bit down this year for Carroll standards, but you got to expect that they're going to come out and give you their best effort, especially in their first conference game of the year. What are you expecting from that Charger team tonight?
Well, they are a very talented group. They did lose a player, Failer, from last year that scored 28 points against us. But most of their players are back besides him. I'm hoping that we can just keep them, again, off the boards, give them only one-shot opportunity, and hopefully our defense will once again rise up to the occasion and keep the scoring low. I think we have enough scoring power to be able to compete with teams, but again, it comes down to defense and stopping people from scoring.
Finally, Coach, what are your keys to a Spartan victory tonight?
Just like what I said earlier, you got to make sure that we keep them off the boards. We've got to push the ball, stay under control. We don't want to look, again, to a run and gun, one pass, shoot type of offense. We want to make them work defensively and try to get as easy shots as possible by getting the ball inside out. So we'll continue to preach that throughout the course of the year, and hopefully our kids will understand what we're looking for and do the things we ask. And, the one of the good things that we now see is with some kids out for the last few games is that we see that our bench is strong, and if their time comes to where they need to get in there, we know that we're not going to fall off too far.
All right, Coach, thank you, and good luck tonight. We'll be right back with more of the Centennial Wireless pregame show right after this quick word for our sponsors. You're listening to Spartan Basketball right here on The Point, 91.1.